Hi, I'm Dina Takruri with AJ+. You might remember Nelson Mandela as this man, the peacemaker who led South Africa post-apartheid. But to really understand him, you also have to know this man, the young, defiant rebel who was so committed to liberating his country, he was willing to die for the cause. This is a look at Mandela, the rebel. His birth name was Rolihlahla, which means troublemaker, and he lived up to that name from a young age. Mandela got kicked out of college for taking part in a student strike and then ran away from home to avoid an arranged marriage. It was 1941 in Johannesburg, and black South Africans didn't have many rights, so Mandela became active in the African National Congress, or ANC, a black liberation movement. When apartheid became official law, Mandela and other activists fought back by organizing acts of civil disobedience, like the Defiance Campaign. That's when thousands of non-whites provoked arrest by deliberately breaking apartheid laws. And while Mandela would later go on to win a Nobel Peace Prize, he was no pacifist. In fact, as the freedom struggle evolved, he even advocated armed resistance. After the Sharpeville massacre in 1960, when police killed 69 protesters, Mandela co-founded the ANC's militant wing. It was called Umkhonto weSizwe, or MK, which means Spear of the Nation. Around that time, Mandela had this to say about nonviolence.
There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and nonviolence against a government whose reply is only savage attacks on an unarmed and defenseless people.
Faced with such a regime, and as a last resort, ANC leaders considered sabotage, guerrilla warfare, terrorism, and open revolution. They decided to start with sabotage because they wanted to avoid the loss of life. Keep in mind, the goal was still political reconciliation and a non-racial society, as originally outlined in a landmark document called the Freedom Charter. On December 16, 1961, MK set off homemade bombs at power stations and government offices around the country. In the weeks to come, there were more bombing campaigns. No civilians were killed during these incidents. Mandela embraced his role as a guerrilla leader and even trained with the Algerian National Liberation Front outside the country. But in August 1962, he was arrested back in South Africa and charged with sabotage. Even though he faced the death penalty, Mandela remained defiant. He gave a 3-hour-long speech at his trial, ending with a call for a democratic and free society.
It is an idea for which I hope to live for and to see realized. But my Lord, if it needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die.
Mandela went on to jail for 27 years, but his ideal was eventually realized. Sometimes it takes rebels to change the world. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and comment and spread the knowledge.